What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the GoodeBaker Podcast. I'm Nick Baker, and across from me, Shane Good.
Yo, yo, yo.
And we are here to talk to you about Cyberpunk 2077. But first, let's talk about you going over to Apple Music, Spotify, and Google Play to look for our audio version of the podcast. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe over on our YouTube channel. And, of course, keep up with us on our social media and Facebook, on our Facebook and Instagram pages so you never miss a show. Now, what have you been playing?
This week, dude, I have put a lot of time into a game that I don't know if I should have played to begin with. Did I ever tell you about my my Dark Orbit days? I think I have.
Yes. Oh, man. Your Dark Orbit days.
So
The numbers are still rolling around in my head.
so I found a private server for Dark Orbit, called Pink Galaxy, and it's a lot of fun, and
Nice.
a lot of us, like a lot of the people that we know in Discord actually met by playing Dark Orbit together. It's like probably, I don't know, 10 of us out of the like 60 people in the Discord that like we all ended up being friends because of Dark Orbit like 10 plus years ago. So I've known all these guys for 10 plus years because of Dark Orbit. And we all just started playing this private server again together. And it's been a lot of fun. I think I've probably put nearing the same amount of time into the private server as I have my job this week. Um,
So your second job.
yeah, and that's saying something because I've played the least out of everybody.
Damn. Yeah, you
So,
got some dedicated bros there.
dude,
And
yeah. The rewards are like times 6, but you still like you can't bid on a lot of stuff and auction on a lot of stuff. So like, it's faster than playing the original game, but it's like nowhere's near fast per se. Um, but it's a lot of fun. We're all like in the middle somewheres of like there's a term called FE, which stands for full elite. So you get basic FE, so you get like not FE, basic FE, UFE, which stands for ultra elite, and then PFE, which would be like plus elite or Prometheus elite technically. But so we're like somewheres between not FE and like basic FE. So
so you got some work to do.
yeah, we got a lot of fucking work to do. We'll do it though, cause we for whatever reason enjoy games where the whole point of the game is literally to just grind.
Was, wasn't Dark Orbit the one you met Plague on?
Yep, yep. I met Plague on Dark Orbit, and I met my buddy Ryan or Nummy. Um, I
One
met
of them you went to their wedding or are going to their wedding, right?
Yep, yeah,
Yeah.
Plague. That will be his wedding, and I'll
Heartwarming
be.
story.
Yep, that's actually I'll meet a ton of people that I've met, um, like on Dark Orbit. Another friend of ours, Mike, he lives in Florida with Plague, and not like literally with him, but he's in the same state, and they met
Yeah.
on Dark Orbit too, like 8 years ago or something like that. Back when I think we were all in Warbirds at the time. It was a clan that we made called Warbirds. That, dude, the whole point of the clan was we made a clan with all of the strongest people in Dark Orbit. There was like 35 of us, and every clan that existed in the game we had a war with. Like literally thousands of clans we had wars with.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We were really, really hated. It was a lot of fun. But
Regular Sky Pirates.
dude, always, dude, always. Enough about me, baby. What about you? Tell me about
Oh,
yourself.
baby. This week is much like the last week. I've just been grinding away at Assassin's Creed, trying to beat it before the day of our Cyberpunk release here. But to no avail. I haven't beaten Assassin's Creed, and I probably won't for a little while now because I'm going to be playing Cyberpunk. But I have gotten deeper into it, and I have been enjoying it a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
After I think it's like almost 50 hours now I put into it, and it's really kind of showing the best parts of itself now. The main story is not that. I think I mentioned that last week, where it's like the main story is just not something that's like jumping out at me and grabbing me, but it's really just the side characters and all the little side stories that's really it's really enticing to make me keep wanting to play more and find those characters and interact with them and bring them into the fold of my settlement and kind of grow that. That's kind of the main crux of this game.
Hmm.
So if the next Assassin's Creed could just like fold that into like a really great mainline story that kind of ties everything together, um, that would be perfect. I think the Assassin's Creed franchise would just be able to run on that for years to come. But right now, it's just missing one step for me, and otherwise, it's just such a great addicting game loop. The combat's fun, and the story, like I said, the side storylines are something that keep me coming back for more.
Hmm.
Other than that, I've been playing Call of Duty Warzone. The new season of that's coming out on the 16th with all the Cold War stuff, but I've been kind of just grinding away, trying to get as much COD points as I can so I can get the new Battle Pass. Um, that's been pretty fun. It's a little stale now because I have all my guns pretty much maxed out. There's nothing really to progress through other than the Battle Pass.
Let's see.
But I can't wait for that new content, the new maps, or new map, or whatever variation they're going to throw at this current map. I'm just excited to have things change in that for the first time. Really, they've obviously changed a few things about the map, but nothing really substantial. And now it's going to be a completely new experience, and I can't wait for that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But with that out of the way, let's talk about what we're going to be playing, and that's Cyberpunk 2077. I cannot believe today is the actual release date of this game. We finally got here. No more delays. People have it in their hands. I've seen gameplay. It's nuts.
I don't know. Easy, dude. Easy. There could be delays tonight at 7.
Yeah,
Live
they just
server patch gets overloaded.
yeah, I just
You know.
start the game and it fucking bricks my PS5. I'm like, oh great. Yep. All right.
Sony's
But
like, sorry about that. Gonna have to delay the
um,
game.
yeah. No.
Yes.
Cyberpunk reviews looked into this. They're a little bit mixed, which is interesting. It's nothing like crucially bad, but a lot of people say it's pretty buggy, to be expected for a really giant open world game with all kinds of shit going on. I guess it's really really dense, as we've been told before. So I think IGN gave it a 9. Um, GameSpot gave it a 7, so that's kind of the widest it varies. I don't think it goes below a 7. So I'm kind of
Okay.
interested to get in there and see for myself what's actually going on in there. But yeah, I guess from what they're saying, the mainline story is shorter than expected. Usually, I guess the expected runtime of that is like around 20-25 hours of just the main line story,
Okay.
not including any side events or anything like that. But obviously, you're going to get yourself into all kinds of crazy bullshit. Um, so, with that said, when do you plan on playing?
So it's a good question. You know me, I'm very cheap and I like to save a lot of money. So I probably will wait to see the gameplay to make sure that it is something that I actually want to spend $60 on, and then I will probably wait for a sale, which would probably, if I had to guess, there'll be a sale after Christmas.
Yeah, yeah, most assured.
So,
But
what about
yeah,
you? Are you gonna
I'm
play literally at 7:01?
uh, a few things barring that. I have some drinks to go get here in a few hours with my buddy, but I hope to be back by that time, and I hope to be launching that at exactly 7 o'clock when it launches. Because I literally just I can't not I can't not be here for the launch of this game. I've been talking about it for whatever the 2 years we've had the podcast, and been waiting for it for 8 years since it was announced. So I'm super pumped for it, and it being now 7 years since The Witcher 3 came out, I'm dying to play a CD Projekt Red game for the first time again. So
I,
um,
I'm gonna go ahead and go off script here. I'm curious, man. what's it feel like? What is the feeling? Walk me through this. You're about today to play something that you've been waiting, or at least have been anticipating for at least 6+ years, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like what's the feeling you've got right now? Are you excited? Are you a little afraid that it might not be what you thought? Are you
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of fear. There's a lot of fear, but there's also excitement for like the hope that this game is going to be head and shoulders above even The Witcher 3, which was is now one of my favorite games of all time.
Mhm.
Um, there's a lot of me that's feeling a lot like I was before playing Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was super excited for that. That was like 8 to 10 years in the making. That one was.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not a stranger to waiting for games to come along, especially my favorite franchise, or one of my favorite franchises like Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, I'm a little scared, but I'm also like really really hopeful that the game's gonna really live up to my expectations. And either way, I think I'm gonna have a blast with it, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And I'll see you on the other side next week because I'm
Hmm.
gonna have all kinds of stuff to talk about. I'm even contemplating now that I have the Elgato. I'm gonna look into maybe doing a video review and popping that up on the channel. So make
Ooh.
sure to look for that because I'll be stretching my editing prowess for that one. We'll see how that comes out.
Fair enough, dude. Well, I guess we'll get right into it then, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So when you do actually play it,
Mhm.
um, there are three backstories that you can choose from. Obviously, we've had this, stamped into the ground by the devs themselves. But there's Corpo, Street Kid, and Nomad, and I think they're pretty self-explanatory. Which one do you think you're going to choose?
Without seeing like the a lot of gameplay for any of them, other than just obviously like what we've all seen on it, I really want to try Street Kid. I think that it fits my kind of play style, but it also
Mm,
fits that class that I want to try and make as well.
dude,
So,
I completely agree with you. Street Kid to me sounds like the perfect fit for my type of entry into this game. I want to be immersed in that city immediately. I want to
mhm.
just to see all the nuts and bolts of the underworld that that game has to offer. Um, on the other side of things, there's a slew of things you can do even within that backstory framework. So, what kind of character do you want to play? I put some examples here, like a stealth hacker assassin type deal, or you want to play like a powerhouse cyborg behemoth. What's your play style?
So my play style is definitely like stealth assassin.
Mm,
Very much a stealth assassin, but I don't know. There's so many different ways you can play it. I think that the only real thing that I want to do for sure is assassin. If the ability is there to kind of go further into sniper rifles or like marksman type weapons, I think that's definitely what I want to do. Just heavy marksman type weapons.
sick,
That's
sick. Yeah.
that's just the play.
Um,
What about you, man?
um, I usually go for um, the kind of smooth talky kind of builds where I kind of talk my way out of situations. A lot of the time in like Fallout games, I'll have like the silver tongued options on most of the um, dialogue trees, and I'll go for that, trying to avoid combat as much as I can. But
Hmm.
I don't know, the combat looks like it's going to be so much fun in this game that I might even try to go with like more of a powerhouse kind of build. But I'll see how the game kind of unfolds for me. I'm probably going to lean back towards that hacker, smooth talker type deal. Maybe not quite assassin, but like just trying to slink my way through the world. But
I
yeah.
got you.
So um, yeah, that is, jeez, I guess I have nothing more for Cyberpunk written here. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just so pumped for it later. It's a few short hours now from recording this, so you're probably going to be listening to this later. But make sure you tune in next week for all of my impressions on the game. Maybe even Shane's if he decides to
Yeah,
dip his toe a little early.
I mean, I will have impressions on the game regardless, just because I'll watch people play it. You know.
So moving on from Cyberpunk, we're going to talk a little bit about the Game Awards because the Game Awards are from recording today on Wednesday. They're going to be Thursday. So tomorrow around, I think they start at 7 o'clock,
Something
7 or 8 o'clock.
like that.
And they're supposedly still going to run for 4 hours. So there's going to be a lot of content within the Game Awards itself. I'm going to have to take a big break from Cyberpunk to watch these, sadly. But yeah. What do you think they're gonna apart from the actual game awards themselves? What do you? There's always announcements and game trailers and stuff like that. What's one of the biggest things you think we're gonna get to see as far as like a new game or an update on a game or a new trailer, maybe even a movie trailer? What do you think?
All right, so this is classic me throwing something out there that's crazy. I think we're
Okay.
gonna get two things. We're gonna get a little bit more possibly on Skate 4. I really
He's
think that
calling his shots.
I think we'll get maybe a little bit more on Skate 4, and I think they're gonna have some sort of cinematic. I don't think it'll be gameplay. I don't think it'll be information. I think it'll be really short and small. But I think we're gonna have some sort of cinematic for Elder Scrolls.
Ooh, all right, all right. Not Starfield.
Nah, probably not. I don't know.
No,
I don't know. This is just I'm also just throwing my wet dreams into it. So
fair enough.
what about you?
Um, So I think this is more like a hope than anything else. As everybody knows, I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, so I'd love to see more from Final Fantasy 16. Maybe a bigger, more in-depth character trailer, or maybe a better look at some of the combat or something like that. Maybe some in-game footage. Um, but if I were to go like pie in the sky, like things I don't think are absolutely going to be there at all because we've only seen like a stinger so
Hmm.
far, I would love to see more from God of War because
Oh yeah.
I'm really excited for God of War Ragnarok or whatever that final title is going to end up being. I just I want to see Thor. I want to see like some crazy stuff coming out of that trailer. Corey Barlog, the director, has been like teasing all kinds of things on Twitter. So I'd love to see more from that. Um, as far as trailers go, though, I think that there have been rumors that we're going to see the Uncharted movie trailer at the Game Awards this year because Tom Holland's a presenter there and he's the titular character there, Nate Drake. So that's probably an assurance.
Hmm.
Um, there's also going to be bunch of musical presentations too. I think Eddie Vedder is going to play the song from The Last of Us, the Pearl Jam song from The Last of Us, and a bunch of other stuff. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's actually pretty sick.
So there are a ton of categories for the Game Awards. We're going to break it down to just straight up Game of the Year. We're going to predict the Game of the Year that they're going to have tomorrow, and we're also going to give you our Game of the Year. Each of us. So, what do you think the game of the year for the Game Awards is going to be? The nominees are Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Animal Crossing, Hades, Last of Us Part Two, and Ghost of Tsushima.
So let's I want to add in another class really quick,
Mm-hmm.
just because my game of the year is kind of cheating. So let's I'm gonna also tell you what my game of the year would be out of what I know out of those games as well. How's that?
All right, fair enough.
Okay. Just because yet again, my actual game of the year is just cheating.
Oh no, no, yeah, yeah. I was planning on us just like giving our separate game of the year and then us just predicting what they're gonna have for their
Oh,
game of the year. So mine is is actually on this list, but
right.
it's not necessarily what I think is going to be the winner of Game of the
Ooh.
Year.
All right.
So
So are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
I think it's gonna be Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, yeah. Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
Um, why do you think that?
So I mostly think it's gonna be Ghost of Tsushima because like going through Last of Us 2 crazy mixed reviews,
Hmm.
Doom Eternal didn't even make a penny drop in the water when I I never hear
Totally,
anything
totally.
about it, dude. Never
I'm
hear anything
like
about it.
right on board with you, dude.
Final Fantasy VII, a lot about it. They did a really good job with it, but it wasn't really new content.
Hmm.
Um, well, there obviously is new content in it, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Animal Crossing, I just feel like it's not gonna be it. Hades, I
Mm.
don't really know a ton about, so I feel like Ghost of Tsushima made like headlines, so to speak. A lot of people were
Mhm.
talking about it. I know a lot of YouTube channels that I watch and stuff like that are gaming YouTube channels talked a lot about it. So I don't know. I just feel like Ghost of Tsushima has the cake.
I like that. I like that a lot. Ghost of Tsushima had a pretty decent amount of longevity too, because it had the multiplayer update come out in October, and it kind of like spread itself across the year, so that people were talking about it for longer. So that gives it a better chance, I think.
Hmm. So
But
what's your predict?
so out of these ones, it is tough because, like I said, my personal game of the year is on here,
Hmm.
but I don't think that it's going to quite make the cut. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say Last of Us Part Two, just because it was so controversial. There was a lot of lead up to it.
The like,
It did get a lot of
anticipation.
it got a lot of publicity around that time.
Yeah.
The only thing like that I was almost siding with you on Ghost of Tsushima was last year the game of the year winner was Sekiro,
Hmm.
and nobody was expecting that. Nobody was expecting that at all. So with that, I feel a little bit more on board with you, but I still want to say The Last of Us just because it was so divisive. There were a lot of people that were singing its praises, giving it tens everywhere. I personally really loved the game, but like I said, it's not my personal game of the year. That is Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, dude. Final Fantasy
Final
VII remake
Fantasy
was good.
Final Fantasy VII Remake was like a childhood dream. I never thought I would be able to see that game in such a beautifully done, masterful um, example of fidelity. It's it almost burnt my PS4 Pro to the ground. It was so beautiful. Like that thing, I had to wear a headset. I couldn't hear over the damn thing. So and that just made the music that much better. And the music, the gameplay, the characters, the story, all of it, even the changes that they made, it all came together in such a great cumulative. Wow, I can't speak right now. Experience that really just it made me want more. And no other game this year really has done that quite yet, other than Spider-Man. And Spider-Man was pretty close. I thought about putting that on here, but I think it just came a little bit too late. And that Final Fantasy flair just always tops everything for me. So,
Mhm.
um, what about yourself, man? What's your game of the year personally?
So my game of the year personally is a game that's actually been out for many years.
Oh yeah,
I think it's probably Path of Exile.
yeah, buddy. Yeah, and good for you, because like you play that game so fucking much. You go back to it, and like
Yo,
it's so awesome to have a game that you love so much that you can just continuously play it, and still love it and still get back into it.
yeah, they've just done so much for content this year. Like, I mean, they remade all of the mapping system. They remade the story. They added an alternative ending. They added a bunch more characters. They added, like they really did a lot to the game this year, um, which made a big difference. Really fun game.
Yeah,
Also,
but
I
that is
have
oh
dungeon crawler. Oh, sorry.
no, hey, no. If you got more to say, let's
Oh,
go.
I was just gonna say I have a addiction to dungeon crawlers, but that was it.
Mm. But yeah, that is everything we have for you this week. What's your game of the year? Make sure you comment in the comments below on our YouTube channel. maybe even send us a message on our Facebook page or Instagram. We'll be posting a lot more. I have a whole week off of work at the end of this month, so I'm gonna try and do a few different things with some content, especially around Cyberpunk, because obviously I've been so damn excited for that game, and this whole half of this episode has been about that. So you can definitely tell the excitement in the room for that. But other than that, make sure you go over to our Apple Music and Spotify and Google Play stores to find the audio version of the podcast and listen every week, because we sure love that support. And happy holidays to everybody, and we'll see you next week. Peace.